Um, my name's Jake Big Bag Price Tag. I'm seeing everybody online doing these prison videos, talking about their experiences and what they go through and stuff like this, so I figured I might give it a try. I had a 10-year sentence at 30% in the state of Tennessee. I spent 9 years, 3 months, 6 of which was on max, 23 hours a day, 1 day out for Rick. I went in April 18th, 2015, and I've been out since July 9th, 2024. It's June 2025 now, and this past year has kind of been a lot for me. It wasn't as easy adjusting as I thought it was going to be. A lot of people told me that I need to maybe share my experience and share some of my stories. I've never really been comfortable talking in front of a camera or like anything like that. I've been locked up a third of my life in prison. I went in when I was 20. I got out and turned 30 the next month. I'm 30 now. The first time that I ever went to jail was when I was 16, back in 2010. And I went for breaking into cars, stealing guns, and really GPSs and anything that was worth some money. And I really hate that I did that, because nobody likes a thief. But, you know, you live and you learn. I guess I'm gonna tell my juvenile story first, and then I guess I'll get to the prison stuff later. So, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, and I was going to high school in a place called Prattville, and we thought it was cool to, you know, go steal whatever, you know what I'm saying, that we could, and just thinking that we was thugs or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and we was, but stealing don't make you a gangster or a thug or nothing like that, right? Don't make you cool, none of that shit. So we end up getting caught with a sheriff's gun. One of my buddies had stole a sheriff's gun out of his personal car and got caught with it. Well, we all went down, you know, and I'm not trying to point fingers at nobody, because it is what it is, you know what I mean? That was a long time ago. But I went to court, and the judge locked me up and sent me to a place called Air Base Boulevard in Montgomery, Alabama. And it's a juvenile detention center. When I first walked in there, they put us in a little holding cell, me and my buddy. And I had never experienced anything like that. My dad had been to prison. I used to go and see him, you know what I'm saying, when he was in prison in Georgia. When I was young, maybe like 9, you know what I mean? He went in for selling drugs. Well, when I get to Air Base, I'm not knowing what to expect. You know what I mean? I'll be real, I'm the only white dude in the whole place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's intimidating seeing that fence and seeing the concrete and all this stuff, and you don't never know what somebody in there for. And at the time, I'm only 16, you know what I mean? Like, I should be in school or something. So, they put me in a cell by myself. We didn't have roommates or anything like that, which was cool. But we only got to come out for maybe 2 hours out the day. So the rest of the time, we was in the cell. And when they gave us showers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all had to shower together. There wasn't no stalls or nothing. It was like a pole. And we pretty much just shared the pole, you know what I'm saying? Used a rag to cover yourself. Try to keep from, I guess, letting other people see you, you know what I'm saying? Because people got wandering eyes. And then, you that right there kind of messed me up a little bit, because I was like, what is really going on here? I gotta take a shower with a bunch of dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. Well, the food sucked. We didn't get no commissary, you know what I'm saying? We didn't get to go outside, nothing like that. Eventually I got sent to a place called The Bridge in Gaston, Alabama. It's up north. And I was there, I think the program's like 90 days or something like that. And I was there less than a month probably. And while I was in there, my grandma had passed, you know. I got to leave and go to the funeral and stuff. Found out a lot about my family that I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And so I go back, I kind of caught myself fighting and stuff, and they put me on like a pink shirt, which is kind of like dead time. And I got sick of being on dead time. They told me that they was going to restaff. Oh, let me say this. When you on dead time or pink shirt, because your shirt level tells what kind of tier you're on, or like what part of the program you on. And they had me on pink shirt, which means you don't even get salt and pepper for your food. Like no condiments. That's how strict they was with it. And it's straight dead time. So the counselor messed around and told me that I was gonna get restaffed for a year and a day. In my mind, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do something worth doing a year and a day. They got me fucked up. So I waited till they come around and do count, and the facility ain't have no fences around it. You know what I'm saying? And when they come and did count, I snuck out the side. I'm going through cars and trucks and trying to find whatever I could. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find some keys or cigarettes or whatever. Well, I messed around and found some keys and a cup holder to this Ford F-150, a 1999 Ford F-150. And I'm like, surely to God, this can't be the car keys to this truck, you know what I'm saying? Or the keys to this truck. As soon as it cranked up though, I was off. So I get up here to this gas station, and cause I couldn't find my way down this mountain called Noccalula Falls. I get up to this gas station and I'm sitting there trying to chill and kind of catch myself, you know what I'm saying? Catch my breath and think about what I'm gonna do. Well, next thing you know, here comes a van pulling up, going a million miles an hour, and dude hops out and he's running towards the truck. It's a big dude. I'm like, oh shit. So I put it in drive, now irk out. Well, now I found my way down the mountain. And as soon as I found my way down the mountain, I'm passing the sheriff, right? So dude's following me. Now I gotta worry about the police. So I get down to the bottom of the hill and I go right. I'm like Ricky Bobby style, you know what I'm saying? And I come around, I'm going through red lights, and thank God it was, you know what I'm saying, late at night. Wasn't nobody really out. I got up on what I thought was a truck or a interstate, but it ended up being like a truck route, you know what I'm saying, like a one lane, whatever. And the police got their sirens on. And they coming over the radio talking about pull the truck over, you're gonna get somebody hurt. I'm turning the radio up, you know what I'm saying, smoking cigarettes, listening, like flicking them off, like, man, y'all stop following me, leave me alone. Well, I'm going 115 miles an hour, the needle on the truck bobbing. They start hitting me from behind, and I'm fishtailing. So I ain't gonna lie to you, I got spooked and pulled the truck over. I put my hands out the window, and they telling me, get the fuck out the truck, get the fuck out the truck. So I go to try to open the door up, when the police runs up and puts the gun right up against my head, talking about something, don't move. I said, don't move, and snatched me by the top of my head, out the window. So now they done threw me on the ground and dog piled me and all this. The truck kind of rolling down the highway, cause I didn't put it in park. So they chasing after it, and yeah. So one of them asked me how old I was and if I was the one that had escaped and shit. And I was like, yeah, he tried to slap me and everything while I'm handcuffed. So they take me to the interrogation room or whatever, and you know, they caught me red-handed. So there wasn't no way that I could just say, no, it wasn't me. Well, they did transport me to Mount Meigs, the place I was supposed to go for a year and a day. And I was at a place called ITU, the Intensive Treatment Unit. And they had me in there with no light in the cell. There was just a hole where the food comes, like where they put the tray in, and it never closes. There's a window in the back, and it's probably about, you know what I'm saying, probably about like, I don't know, it's kind of wide. I would say like 4 or 5 feet, right? But it is full to the brim almost of dead bugs. Like ain't nothing but dead bugs stuck in this window. They didn't give you no mattress or nothing for the first little while, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't see nothing in there. It was really crazy, you know what I mean? They shaved your head bald. You never come out the cell, you didn't go outside or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got a shower like every 2 or 3 days. You didn't get to use the phone and stuff like that. And they ended up sending me to a place called VACA, which is in Birmingham. And I sat up there for probably 2 months. I think it's a 60-day drug program. I sat up there for 2 months. And in that time, man, you know, I was running around with the folks and I was doing shit that I thought was gonna make, I don't know. I really don't know. Picking on people and doing shit like that, you know what I mean? And again, I'm the only white dude. You know what I'm saying? Not that that matters, but it kind of does matter. And, you know, I ain't get picked on because I ain't going. I'm telling you now, I was fighting and doing this and doing that. And, like, I know what respect is, and I won't mind. I don't care what y'all do to them, but you ain't gonna do me like that. It caused me little problems and stuff, you know. While I was there, I remember I ended up slapping this dude over a chair. So I had my feet up in the chair and we in the little movie room. And while I'm sitting in the movie room, dude pulls the chair out from under my feet. So I stand up, and this is after I done told him that is not his chair. Well, he pulls it out under my feet hit the ground, I jump up and I slap fire from him. So we ended up fighting or whatever, they put us in the hole for 3 days. Well, when I get out, his blood brothers tried to jump me. But my brothers had already told me what was going on. They was like, if something happens, we gonna ride. So, as soon as it started popping off, and there's 3 of them jumping me, right? I can't do nothing but put my head down and start swinging. So, here come my brothers, and they booming people and throwing them down and doing this. So now it's a full-fledged riot. You know what I'm saying? And the police coming in, but they got batons and shit, but there ain't enough of them to control us. So they ended up calling the street police to come in there. You know what I'm saying? And they got it under control or whatever. And we calmed down a little bit. Everything went back to normal. You know what I'm saying? I ended up completing that program. And they took me to the bus station, right? They gave me a bag of my shit and a bus ticket. Didn't say nothing. Just drove off on me. I ain't never been to a bus station a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. I'm standing here looking at this piece of paper like, hold on, where do I go? What do I do? Who? You know what I'm saying? And I ended up having to ask around or whatever, but the bus took me all the way back to Montgomery, you know what I'm saying? And my dad came and got me. Thank God. And yeah, that was the first experience of me having to do some time or whatever. But I'll tell y'all about the next one here in a minute.